Today, we're unveiling some of the One Piece theories from Japan that might be new to the audience in the US. In this video, we'll dive into the hidden references to the Indian mythology Hanuman in Luffy's Gear 5, explore the mysterious elements of the moon and death lurking in Zoro's background, and uncover the surprising connections to Mexican culture. We're here to break down these popular Japanese theories in a way that's easy to understand, so make sure to stay tuned till the end. If you find yourself surprised by the connection between Zoro and Mexican culture, don't hesitate to hit the like button and subscribe. And if you're intrigued by the mythological depth behind Luffy's new moves, drop a deep in the comments. Let's get started. There's a fascinating theory suggesting that Luffy's character might be modeled after Hanuman from Indian mythology. In fact, in Oda Sensei's initial sketches for Gear 5, the word Hanuman is explicitly mentioned. Moreover, Luffy's character also embodies elements of Indra, known alternatively as the sun god. This connection is intriguing, especially considering Ace, Luffy's brother, who embodies traits reminiscent of the fire deity, notably for having two faces. These pieces of evidence collectively hint at the deep mythological layers Oda Sensei weaves into Luffy's character. In the mythological sphere, Indra's adversary is Asura, represented in One Piece by Blackbeard, who is characterized by his three faces mirroring the Asura. This dynamic sets a compelling contrast between Luffy and Blackbeard, reminiscent of the dichotomy between the sun and the moon. However, Blackbeard isn't the only character set in contrast with Luffy. The dynamic between Luffy and Zoro also draws parallels to the mythological tension between Indra and Asura. Zoro, too, exhibits aspects of Asura, suggesting that both he and Luffy could symbolize the mythological entities of Indra and Asura respectively. Interestingly, this duo can be seen as personifications of the sun and the moon. Delving into the samurai culture within One Piece, particularly in Wano country, the names Shimatsuki, Frost Moon, and Kozuki, Light Moon, come into play. Zoro's dojo is named Shimatsuki, and the samurai are symbolically associated with Kozuki, both relating to the moon. Zoro's birthday on November 11th and his bounty of 1.111 billion berries both emphasize the number 11, aligning with the Shimatsuki, hinting at a deeper connection. The name Zoro itself might be derived from Shimatsuki, adding another layer to his character's lunar association. Moreover, Zoro's significant moments shortly after entering the Grand Line underscore his pivotal role in the series, highlighting the intricate narrative Oda Sensei crafts. The 100-man hunt at Whiskey Peak remains a memorable moment for fans. Interestingly, it's not the emphasis on the moon that stands out most in this scene. Amongst it all, one particular battle puzzles many: the clash between Luffy and Zoro. Why was this fight depicted? Interpreting this as a battle between the sun and the moon suggests that the author might have been positioning Luffy as the sun from this point onwards. The backdrop for Zoro's shining moment at Whiskey Peak is modeled after Mexico. In Japanese, Mexico translates to the navel of the moon. Indeed, Mexico is home to both the Pyramid of the Sun and the Pyramid of the Moon. This could imply that the showdown between the sun and the moon was deliberately set in Mexico. Moreover, Zoro's unique sleeping schedule is from 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. plus a nap during the day. This intriguing routine might indicate that he's invariably awake during the hours the moon is out. Zoro's habit of taking naps during the day could also suggest a nocturnal nature possibly linked to the moon, contrasting with the sun. Mihawk, Zoro's mentor, embodies the nocturnal Dracula, further emphasizing this contrast. Thus, Zoro's character is intricately laced with elements associated with the moon. Oda Sensei often incorporates elements of the moon along with themes of death in his storytelling. When the tale shifts to the Kozuki clan, Graves comes into play, specifically pointing to the grave of Toki. Moreover, Zoro's techniques often play with the theme of specters. In Thriller Bark, near the domain of Gecko Moria, the moonlight, imagery of graves and corpses were prevalent. Even in Whiskey Peak, cacti were depicted with grave markings. The narrative cleverly intertwines the moon with graves throughout the series, In Zoro's case, the moon and death are frequently linked. From these two elements, the moon and death, a single country emerges prominently in the mind, Mexico. Mexico in the local language signifies the navel of the moon. The setting of Skypiea, with its lunar themes, hints at Mexico as its inspiration. The term navel further cements this connection. One of Mexico's World Heritage Sites is Uxmal, depicted in the series as the Golden City of Shandora. Mexico is renowned for its culture of the dead and the Day of the Dead festival. Hiluluk's profound statement, "When do you think a man dies? When he is forgotten," echoes the Mexican culture depicted in the Disney movie Coco. In the narrative, the character of the Taco King makes an appearance. When we think of tacos, Mexico immediately comes to mind. The kingdom ruled by the Taco King is called Shishano Kingdom. Through these elements related to Zoro intertwining, the themes of the moon and death and connection between Zoro and Mexico emerges. Mexico is known for its cacti, green colors, the World Heritage Site of Tequila Village, and the Festival of Santa Muerte, dedicated to the deity of death. Now, let's delve into the meaning behind the name Roronoa Zoro. It's believed that his character is modeled after Walt Disney's Zorro, a dashing hero set in Mexico. Remarkably, Zorro is considered a hero in Mexican lore. The word Zorro in Mexican Spanish means fox, and this association has been popularized worldwide through the character. Zorro has inspired numerous adaptations and is recognized globally. For instance, the Japanese children's book Kaiketsu Zorori features a fox as its protagonist. In the realm of Pokemon, Zoroark is a transforming fox, and another Pokemon, Bivou, is also modeled after the legendary Zoro. Such is the widespread fame of Zoro. Exploring the connection between Mexico and the fox, as Zoro means fox in Mexican Spanish, offers intriguing insights. In Skypiea, a resident named Conus is depicted holding a fox. Ushimaru, a key figure for Zoro, is also shown with a fox. There seems to be a connection with the name Ushimaru as well. One of Mexico's World Heritage Sites is Uxmal, hinting at a strong Mexican influence in these narratives. Moreover, Zoro showed great interest in Kinemon's foxfire style, even going as far as to steal the technique during a crucial moment. He used this foxfire style to aid Luffy in the battle against Kaido. These connections between Zoro and foxes further establish a link between Zoro and Mexico. Is it all just a coincidence? Zoro is associated with the moon and death. The moon orbits the sun, which could symbolize the relationship between Luffy and Zoro. Regarding death, Zoro has had numerous near-death experiences, often while protecting his crew. This could suggest that he might ultimately sacrifice himself for Luffy, symbolizing the sun. Zoro's story incorporates elements of Japan, but his narrative isn't confined solely to Japan. The fact that Wano country wasn't depicted as Zoro's birthplace might be indicative of this broader connection. Historically, Wano was connected to the world, suggesting Zoro's origins might be intertwined with another country linked to Wano. Just as there was a clear arc for Sanzi, Zoro deserves one too, where his backstory will be revealed in relation to another country connected to Wano. The depiction of samurai and the moon, together in the narrative, points to the significant influence of Rurouni Kenshin on the swordsman in One Piece. For instance, Zoro's nine-sword style and Asura technique are reminiscent of the hidden Mitsurugi Ryu and Kuzu Do Sen from Rurouni Kenshin. Oda Sensei holds Nobuhiro Watsuki, the creator of Rurouni Kenshin, in high esteem, having once been his assistant. It's said that Oda conveyed to Watsuki Sensei early in his career that Zoro would eventually become a Cyclops, highlighting the deep trust between them. Wano is governed by the Kozuki family, and legendary samurais were found near Gecko Moria in the moonlight. Zoro, as a character of Japanese essence, is also portrayed in relation to the moon. Interestingly, the name Nobuhiro Watsuki, the author of Rurouni Kenshin, contains the elements Wa, harmony, Suzuki, moon, further intertwining these themes. That's all for today. Here on this channel, we post popular theories about One Piece from Japan. If you like One Piece, we would be happy if you could support us by subscribing to our channel and commenting. Thank you for watching till the end. See you in the next video.